Sunday morning toward the end of May in San Francisco, there occurs each year a happening, the Bay to Breakers race. Thousands of people, some from other countries, run approximately 8 miles up and down and over the hills and through the woods and parks of the city, beginning at a point close to San Francisco Bay and finishing at the other end of the city near the breakers of the Pacific Ocean. Young and old, male and female, rich and poor, all endure along with father, son, man and wife, mother, daughter, none who falter as they make their way from the breakers to the bay. In 1910, when this event started, only a few health faddists were stout-hearted enough to participate in what was then called the Cross-City Race. After many pitfalls and many sponsors, including a name change from the Cross-City to the Bay to Breakers race, this event had little popularity until the late 1950s. Still, only about 150 people took part in 1959. Since then, it has grown to such an extent that over the last 3 years, participation has swelled by over 30% each year. The entries come from all over, from Sydney, Australia, from London, England, from Sitka, Alaska, from New York, Boston, New Orleans, and Los Angeles, and, of course, mostly from the Bay Area. Over 5,500 people signed up for the 64th running. 4,633 actually started, including 53 couples in the husbands and wives category. One of the runners was Harry Cordellos. His story is especially interesting for courage and determination. Harry Cordellos is blind. On his back, he wears a sign, "I get my thrill on the Hayes Street Hill." The start is always precarious. It'll take nearly 2 minutes to complete. The 200 serious runners are allowed in front, but even they have to be very careful how they thread. Further back, the pack stands with flexed elbows, anticipating the bedlam, confusion, and mayhem that will erupt with the starter's gun. It never comes. Approaching 10 a.m., the hordes surge forward, and whether anybody likes it or not, this year's race is off and running. The runners are packed like sardines at the start. If you trip and fall, you and the other party to the accident may easily be out of it. At the rear, the runners, though anxious to be away, know that it will be some time after the starter's gun fires before they will be off and running. What makes them run? Running is an experience. No words can describe the feeling, the challenge, the thrill. To understand it and to appreciate it, you have to do it. It's good for health, of course, but it has an added advantage. Through running, one learns about oneself, both physically and mentally. People who run feel better. Bodies, emotions feel better. It's a trip. It's an experience based on selfish reasons to stay healthy and cheat the statistics, at least for a while. It's a unique experience, which has helped an ever-growing number of people to handle their physical and emotional problems. Runners feel that answers must come from within themselves. They use running as their psychiatrist. They reflect on their lives and their environment while they run. There's a feeling of having restored a balance to their lives, and they feel good about disciplining their scattered emotions, at least for the time being. All this happens on an early Sunday morning in May, as several thousand people pay homage to their city, running from the breakers to the bay.
It's 10 years, and I just get a tremendous kick out of it.
Well, I'm going to be thinking about the Hay Street Hill right now. And then when I get to the Hay Street Hill on the top, then I'll be thinking of going through the park. It's just an accomplishment to be able to do it in a respectable amount of time.
Families, children, boyfriends, girlfriends, sons and lovers, weak and strong, big and small, aged and young, all get their thrill on the Hay Street Hill. This hill builds and takes will, could kill, and yet still we will pay the bill to climb this hill. Though sometimes ill from joints that shrill, hold still until the gills get filled. Some do, some don't. Some whisper, won't. Some gasp and ask their Lord to clasp their frozen knees and upward blast their tortured bodies till hooray. At last the hill is passed, thank God at last. Onward fast before you feel the pain. Vigorous pace as they run up the 1 mile hill and over its crest to disappear down into the panhandle.
Me and Phil Camp led just about the whole way, but there was a group of 5 at that time. And I didn't, until the top of the hill is when I really started pulling away.
Back in the pack, things are not going so well. For the occasional jogger or Sunday runner, it's a special ordeal. This hill suddenly appears 2 miles into the race. You're already tired. Down the hill is right out of a Cecil B. DeMille epic, a swarm of people rising up the hill like waves of heat on a sunny day. This hill, the men and the boys get separated. An agonizing climb given to break the spirit of many a jogger or even a long-distance runner. Here, the eager, fair-weather jogger and his will to finish compete in mortal combat against physical anguish. The spirit usually wins, though the runner may walk up the last part of the hill.
I have a theory about running. People today live specialized and sometimes static, frustrating lives. It makes us negative, as though we had a surplus of negative electrons. When we run, we psychologically sweat some of these negative electrons away, thereby making ourselves less negative, and so more positive. This sounds complicated, but I think it makes sense. It seems to work for me.
Fell Street. You're halfway there.
I love this race. I love it. This is crazy, but I love it.
How many times?
Twice. Just twice.
Just twice?
Yeah, fourth and first. From 2 years ago was seeing a giraffe. This year I didn't see the giraffe. I didn't see anything this year. I just ran.
What's on your mind when you're running?
Today?
Any day. Today, particularly.
Well, today, it just I was just trying to relax and work hard. Usually I enjoy running. You know, I look around, but you can't enjoy the run itself today. I enjoy it right now, but I didn't really enjoy the run that much. It's pretty hard work.
How about breakfast? Did you have any?
Yeah, I had granola and orange juice and toast.
What time?
7 o'clock. 26. I work in a sporting goods store for my father.
In Ventura?
Mm-hmm. All pro sporting goods.
Did you go to Ventura High?
No, I went to Buena High School.
Went to Buena,
Yeah.
Most of the field is only now entering Golden Gate Park, some 65 blocks or 2 miles from the finish line. One gets a momentary lift entering the park. The trees, flowers, the special quality of the place. This is familiar territory for most runners and joggers. This is where many of them train and exercise throughout the year. There's less exhaust pollution here, and so many runners run here. Exhaust pollution from cars is a problem for most joggers in both a physical and a mental sense. Breathing is impaired by inhaling gas fumes, and this brings on mental stress. The runner can begin to tighten up and lose looseness and rhythm, become conscious of his body movements, and lose that euphoric state that is so much a part of running. By now, some are obviously feeling the pain and are beginning to falter. Now one becomes conscious of things that hadn't been noticed earlier, like a pebble in a shoe, or blisters, or the pounding limbs and joints. This is where the runner tries to play games on his mind, to dull out all those nagging, gnawing questions his mind keeps asking. As he has done before in training, he reaches for any experience in his life that might help him forget the cries of his aching limbs. He concentrates on maintaining his rhythm, which he knows he must retain in order to finish. He may run along the grass strip down Kennedy Drive through the park in the vain hope that he may relieve some of the pressure on his aching joints by running on grass. But it doesn't help much, and he finds he has another problem. In his tired state, running on the uneven grass verge, it is very easy to twist one's ankle. So eventually, better judgment prevails, and he rejoins the tortured process of running on the pavement. Should the runner stop still at this stage, it will be quite difficult to get going again. For some reason, once you stop, your mind quickly begins the rationalization process, telling the brain that the fierce pumping of the limbs is no longer needed. Within a couple of minutes, after taking a short breather, when you try to start running again, you find the machinery just doesn't want to function anymore. In order to get going again, should this be a problem, you'll usually begin by walking at first, later breaking into a tired trot. continue these days' travels through the park. Maybe thinking of the first marathon runners of ancient Greece, the first one who collapsed dead after bringing the news of a great Athenian victory to the people of Athens. Maybe childhood studies of Dante's travels through hell skip through the tortured brain, and the runner identifies a bit with Dante's problem. All sorts of forgotten experiences flirt from the darkened and hidden corners of the brain. They remain long enough to be remembered, and then they skip away.
Going to wear running with about 3,500 men, but I just decided to wear what I normally wear all the time. That's about it. This is me. I've never done the race before. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I don't see why they should be given an advantage. I mean, there's really no problem. If you can run 8 miles, you can't. No doubt. I try to keep up with it. That's about all I think about that. I think about getting a nice big beer when I get to the end.
Where'd you start? Were you way back in that mob, or?
No, I was in the front, but when everybody started going, I started hollering to wait, because we didn't hear the starting end. So a lot of people went by me, and for the first 200 yards, we just jogged because we expected to hear a call back or something, but there was no stopping them, so we just started running. So I got kind of a poor start, but.
When did you think that it would?
As soon as I saw the beach, as soon as I saw the water, I looked back, and he was too far back. So I knew I had
Crawford?
Jimmy Crawford, yeah.
How do you feel?
How to get there?
How much further do you think you got to go?
I hope it's only about a mile.
Have you run the whole way?
Oh, yeah? Well, no. Walk a block or two.
Have you been beaten by any children?
Oh, yeah.
How does that make you feel?
They're great kids.
How about women?
They're great women, too. All for women's lib.
Have you eaten breakfast this morning?
No, didn't have time.
Are you on your own?
Right. There's 20 of us together. We have a woman with us, and I think she's ahead of me, I hope.
What are you going to do? Are you going to come back next year?
Oh, you bet. Yearly event. First year for me, though.
Why are you doing it?
Just say I did it.
What are you thinking about when you run along?
Try to keep my mind on another step, another car, pass another person.
You going to have a big beer when you get to the end?
Got 6 of them.
6 beers, huh?
Right. 6 beers, a little wine, a little cheese.
Come in from the race from Tennessee. Second year.
What place do you think you are now?
Oh, I'd say about 5,000. Are they far ahead?
Sir, how do you feel?
Great. Yes.
What are you thinking about now?
I'm tired, and I feel good because I ran the whole way.
You going to do it next year?
I'll try. Yeah.
Keep coming down. What place do you think you're in now?
I don't know.
Have you stopped at all?
No.
No walking at all?
No walking.
You're going to do this for the rest of your life, huh? What you have for breakfast?
Toast and nectar.
Toast and nectar?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is self-bestowed. Everyone who finishes is a winner. They have run the Bay to Breakers race. For some, like the winner Gary Tuttle, this will be only another weekend of competition. He receives an impressive trophy and will go on to represent the Bay to Breakers in the similarly famed Surf to City race in Sydney, Australia. For others, maybe a last day or a first day in the sunshine of competition. The people who run this race share a kind of special understanding. Simply because they ran, they will remember this day for the rest of their lives.
Olympic role. It means a lot to me to find out what my limits are. And also next month I'm going to Istanbul. I've always had a desire to swim the Bosphorus. I'm going to swim from Istanbul across to the other side.
Oh, for sure. I think it's great. I think
Gives you something to chase after.
yeah, or fall behind and you enjoy being back of it sometimes, so it's no problem.
I had a little argument with a doctor that wasn't too fussy about running the other day, and I told him, no hard feelings, doctor, but I'll bury you. He was younger than I am, and I will.